everybody, it's Chamber Chatter, and today we are with Chris Topley from Prime America and Jill Shelby from Shelby, Dobb, Sager, and Thorpe. And I had to write it down so I got the names in the right order.
Nice work. Well done.
Hi guys, it's so good to see both of you.
Same here. Good to see you guys.
It's nice to see people, that's for sure.
My God,
Yes.
it makes all the difference to at least see the face and hear the voice versus just
Right.
talking on the phone sometimes. Yeah.
Amen.
Right.
Okay, so basically what we're going to do is kind of find out what you guys are doing and how your business is going and how you're surviving during this crazy time. So do you want to go ahead and go first, Chris?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to wish everybody on here, and I wish I could see your faces other than just the three of us. But I'm just wishing and praying that you and your family are safe and well in this time, even though it's, oh, you know what? I got to go get my, Jill, you go, I got to go get my battery charger.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, all right then. Jill, why don't you tell us what you're doing?
Well, I certainly second Chris's wishes, and we all feel the same way. Yeah, one thing we had to do right away was, we like to be open to our clients, and it's tax season and was tax season. So one thing we had to do was lock our door, which was hard for us to do, and not see anybody. And we put a drop box on our door so that people can at least put their stuff in, and that we could still communicate with everybody. We do a lot already on email and a secure portal that we have, and try and take care of people that way. But we had to figure out how to get paperwork to us, and we had a whole quarantine set up on how when the mail came in, because we had to keep getting mail in and mail out to get people their stuff. Bring it in, quarantine it, spray it down, can't touch that one for a day because we don't know. There's so much unknown, and we're learning it, on the fly as things change rapidly. So those are some big things that we had to change. We can work from here. We're a small office. We're separated in our offices. So we have the option to work at home too. But we can also come in and, we're just trying to work inside of those parameters. So those are probably the main things.
Are you guys helping people with like the different loans and your clients and stuff?
Yes, that was a big thing. It went from obviously the tax season rush to then the tax season, okay, now we're not rushing because everything's been extended, and then getting that information out to people. And then the small businesses that needed help with the loans. Some were able to just do them on their own. Others are, people just had questions, they need help. And, we're learning just as much as the clients are. So that was kind of hard, and we had to just keep on top of it. Got questions from clients today. So just trying to keep them in the loop, keep them, getting in touch with their bankers. And that was the big thing that I could tell people with these PPP loans, you got to start with your banker and, roll forward from there. So.
Very good. Okay, Chris, we'll go back to you now about what you're doing.
Yeah, sorry for that. So again, I'm very hopeful and prayerful that everyone's family is doing well, even though we are going crazy, just not being able to do what our routine is and what we love to do. And I'm thankful for the chamber that they are continuing to have these virtual things, even though we've been Zooming so much. It's like, come on, give me a break. I'm going blind. And so, we have turned, our home office has turned our company into a virtual thing where we can still compliantly and legally get signatures through Zoom in our applications, because our applications were always online, but you had a person there that could do the signing. And so I'm really thankful for the way that our company stepped up, so that we could do things. And again, people are thinking about all this kind of stuff. And so, what we do is kind of there and not there and different things like that. But so it's been interesting that way. And the one thing that I heard a wise person say is that what you want to do is not so much look at what the outside is pushing in at you, because that's frightening. But what you want to do is look at what your reality is and know what you have control of and how you can take care of you and your family. and then it becomes an internal thing that you're thinking about instead of thinking about the fear and everything that's being spread from outside. So I've tried to, you know, every single day, think about what am I grateful for, just what is good in my life and different things like that. And just to try to stay on the straight and narrow, and, you know, take care of myself and do the social distancing and wear masks and gloves and all that good stuff, and just to stay safe. So, but I think that if you can focus, you know, inwardly more than outwardly, then you're not going to have all that fear and stuff coming in. So that's one of the things that I've been trying to implement on a daily basis. So
good. Absolutely good.
Yeah, you certainly have to tweak your perspective. That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, I think that there's so much fear and anxiety with everybody with their finances and money and how to apply for these loans and all these different things. So you guys are both covering these areas. What type of advice do you have for all of, you know, our fellow chamber members who are small businesses and they are struggling and fearful out there of what they should be doing right now?
Why don't you start out on your end, Jill?
Yeah, and obviously the information changing daily, right? I mean, the big thing is the PPP loans. I mean, you got to start with your bank. Go on the SBA website. I've heard that some people have had some success with getting some advances. People applied for these things a few weeks ago, and apparently the money is just dropping into the account. I mean, it's not like a major amount, but I know every little bit helps. A lot of people asking about applying for unemployment. Just depends on your situation, obviously. And then the stimulus checks, a lot of questions about that. So they're coming out. It's taking time if they don't have your banking information, depending on your own situation. So got to be patient. You know, IRS has got to be completely overloaded. I can't even imagine. You can't even call there. They don't even answer the phone anymore. That's the way it is. So they're trying to get the money to us as fast as they can, and you know, got to be patient, I guess.
Yeah, you really can't call unemployment either.
No.
It's impossible.
Right.
So, yeah. So, so what I would want to say is that those are the things that Jill just talked about that you have to get taken care of first. But when it comes to, you know, finances, nobody's lived through a situation like this. I mean, maybe 2008, there was something like this, but this is more quickly that it came on upon us, and we're cut off from working, which we weren't in 2008, and different things like that. And so generally, the things that are near and dear to our families take consistency and time to build up. And so I guess the only thing that, you know, I'd like to say is that, you know, I've seen some people who actually love some of the things they do. Like if you know anyone who is kind of like a car guy who likes to redo old cars, when they run their hands across the paint job that they just did, they have such like a love for that, and they value that because they put their hard work and time into it. And then you have those people who are athletic persons that go to the gym, they run outside when it's rainy, sleeting, and all that kind of stuff. So they have a love for that, and they value what that is in their life. And then we spend time on our children's K through 12 education, and that kind of gets them learning things and learning what it is to do in life and how to, you know, take care of yourself. And then of course, and they learn studying habits and different things like that. And then when they get into college, they begin preparing for how they are going to be independent people, able to take care of themselves and provide for the family that they either want to have or independently if they decide not to do that. And so we find that in the course of these periods of time, people spend a lot of hours doing some of those things that are very important to them. So, you know, a child's wedding, we spend hours and months and years planning for that. Even going to college, we got to save for college and different things like that. And going on a vacation, we want to have our vacation be awesome, whether it's, you know, going to Disney World or taking a cruise or whatever. And so I guess the one thing that I would like to mention is we have to begin to value our finances. And that takes education, and it takes time, and it takes consistency. And a lot of times, I don't think that I was ever taught any of those things in school. And so I think if we start valuing, and protecting our family so that this kind of thing won't impact us as much next time, then that would be a good thing. So I would just like to mention that I will sit with anyone and talk with them free of charge, and just let them pummel me with questions and say, what's the best practices for this? What's the best practice for that? How can I, do this? How can I do that? And so I'd like to offer that to everybody who's on this webinar today, free of charge, on my own time, in your time, whenever it works. We can do it over Zoom or whatever works for you guys. So I just wanted to offer that to you so that you would have that feeling for whatever you do that is very special, that you put time into, that you love and take care of. We want to get you to have that same feeling for your finances so that you become bulletproof. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Because it is a scary time for a lot of people.
It
Now, Jill, are you taking new clients now? Because I know a lot of people aren't even able to take new clients because they're so busy with the ones they have, helping them through all this.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk to people. Right now, we're obviously still working on our tax season backlog. So I could at least talk to someone. We may not be able to get with them right away, but we could at least talk with them and get something set up for down the road, or, at least try to answer questions if they have. I mean, we want to help people too. So.
And I think that's the thing, that so many people out there right now have questions, or they're unsure, or you might feel kind of stupid having to go ask somebody. So it's nice to know there's people out there that will take that time and answer their question, and at least reassure them, yes, you're heading in the right direction, or, you need to do this, or make sure you forget about this, or.
Yeah, it was hard in the beginning because it was like I had to tell people and tell clients, you have to be your own advocate right now too. We'll fill in and help what we can, but we're getting this information as fast as you are. It's not like tax law that I've been learning for the last 20 years that I can go, okay, here's the answer, So now that we've been through a few weeks of some of this, I'm starting to obviously understand more and can redirect people. That was the hard part, is not having the answers when you're kind of used to.
Right.
Yeah. And from my side of this, any of those events that we mentioned, planning for a vacation, a child's wedding, or college and all that kind of stuff. The good news is that becoming educated financially is not overwhelming. It doesn't take years or months. I mean, if we spent 5 or 6 hours, maybe a couple days, and then we could have you on such a path that you would be knowledgeable, you'd know what to do, and you would feel really good about, setting up your financial future. And like I say, it doesn't take a long time. And then you check in, once a quarter, 2 times a year, or something like that, just to make sure that things are on track. So it isn't a huge expenditure of energy, and it's complimentary, and it's just the most amazing thing in the world.
All right,
to
now
give you guys self-confidence.
Yeah. And you've got the time right now to spend a little bit of time and look at that and plan for your future and your finances and all of that, and make sure you're doing it right. Yep.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much, both of you. It was so good to see you, and have you talk a little bit about what you guys are doing. Do you have anything you want to add before we go here? Jill?
I'm just thankful for the chamber as well, and just thankful that hopefully people are keeping their distance. They seem to be, from most of what I'm seeing, and you just hope that everybody stays safe. And if you, we want to help you if you can. Give us a call if you've got questions. We see what we can do.
And I mimic what Jill has said. We're here to help people. We have our expertise, and of course, Jill just went through tax season, which is something else. But we're here to help you guys so that you feel that you never have to go through this kind of unprepared or missing something again. So.
Great. Thank
Yep.
you, both of you. I
All
appreciate
right, thank you.
it so much.
Bye, bye everyone who we
Take
can't
care.
see.
Stay safe.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye.